Hello Gemini, and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your What Do You Need to Know for Mid-March Tarot reading, and your energy is, the Two of Wands. So you might have plans based on an inspired idea and you're thinking about what direction to take it, or potentially your life. Let's see what's in store for you. What does Gemini need to know for mid-March? Interesting. All right. Well, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a tricky month, but you're going to survive for sure. 100%. Like, you might get a little bit depressed here and there, but it's kind of just, it's a difficult month. Like, you can't control everything. You know, there are so many experiences in life, and we're not here just to be happy all the time, even though a lot of people seem to think that. It's about variety in many different experiences, and that's easy for me to say right now. Anyways, this has something to do with, so this is in the past. We've got the 10 of Wands, and 10s are an end. So I feel like there was something in your life that energetically ran its course. It could be a situation where you live, a relationship. It could be a number of things. These are general readings. So it's something that ran its course and you lost your energy for it ultimately. And it felt like in the past, it got to the point where you were beating a dead horse. So your energy right now is the 7 of Swords. I feel like you are either being completely lied to and deceived and gaslit by people around you, or you are not being honest with other people, or at least potentially not honest with yourself, okay? Because the 7 of Swords often is like sneakiness, deception, but so just like lying so that you can get what you want, but it's also lying by omission as well. You know, like someone in a relationship being like, oh, well, we never really agreed to be exclusive, so I'll just go around and, you know what I mean? Like it's silly things like that, but it's really hard when we have that frame of mind as well. I'll do some clarification cards, but I feel like you have a huge blind spot. There's something that you're ignoring because you are being aspected by the moon. And remember, this is an aspecting card. It's not the main one. So it is an intense card, right? But this one's the main one. And then this one is aspecting it, okay? So it's not quite as powerful. But essentially, I feel like there's something that I feel like it might be a memory, or it might be something from a long time ago, something from your subconscious that's kind of trying to come up. And it's like, you know that it's there, but you're trying to ignore it. It's like, it's almost like there are you know that there are boxes in the closet. You don't necessarily know what's in the box, but you know that the box is there. So it's kind of like, that's what this is kind of like. You know that there's that blind spot, but it's getting like bigger and bigger, that it's harder to kind of pretend that it's not there. But also it could be about someone in your life who's lying to you, or you're lying to other people. So what you need to know about is the 4 of Pentacles. So I'm feeling like you might not be having a good relationship with money right now, or the feeling of stability and contracts and obligations. You might feel uncomfortable in your home, but you're not willing to make any risks, which is fine. Like, that's a normal reaction, but you're not willing to make any risks right now. And I'm not saying that you should. I feel like this might be about something that you have been kind of putting off on the back burner a bit, because you're being at this 4 of Pentacles is being aspected by the 4 of Wands. And in this deck, to me, it really makes me think of apathy. Like, there are things that you know you need to deal with, but you're not like making any moves right now. And it's based out of fear, not inspiration. You might be procrastinating about like financial decisions, work decisions, contracts, where you live, important relationships where you need a lot of security, okay? And this might have been something to do with the past, because we've got the 6 of Cups is the energy in between you and what you need to know. So I'm just going to show you all these right now. It might be something about the past that you're ignoring, and that might be manifesting in your physical reality as a lack mentality, as in the feeling of you're not being taken care of, you're not going to get enough, right? So I feel like there's some difficulties that you're going through right now are because of something that's trying to come up through your subconscious, something, those boxes in the closet that you're going to open one day, right? And see what's in there. yeah, and I feel like because you consciously don't feel ready to deal with this, you're kind of suppressing it, but then it's popping up in different areas, like, yeah, feeling a lack mentality, and that you're not gonna get enough, and that you can't really manifest the things that you want, especially security and money and just having a secure place to live and relationships and stuff like that. And this might go back to your childhood, maybe something to do with siblings sometimes, and it could also be past life as well. Yeah. And if something is beginning to come up in your subconscious, that's because it is ready to be released, right? We might think, oh, I'm not ready, but then it wouldn't be coming up if it wasn't ready to be released. I feel like you might kind of avoid this situation a little bit longer. You might be putting yourself in a newer situation. Let me do some clarification cards on this one. So, clarification cards for Gemini for mid-March. Interesting. Okay. Some of you might have a change in career or money, because this is interesting. So I feel like in the past, for those of you who identified, work as being where you were feeling energetically drained in the past, I think that you used to think that that was safe work and practical work. But now I think you're going to take a bit of a risk, and you're going to explore new territory. You're going to actively start to leave that job if you haven't already, or leave that relationship or whatever it is, and you will be provided with enough by the universe. You will get enough for sure to be comfortable. And remember, this is short term, these are general. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so get this. There's still like mental blocks that you have about this thing that you're ignoring, this blind spot. Just a second. Excuse me. I always scare my cat with my sneezing. All right, and the reason why this is coming up is because you've actually tapped into some real self-love, and also this trauma might not necessarily be from your childhood. It could be from actually earlier, from when you were conceived, because sometimes when we're in the womb, our mother's womb, if our mother is having lots of stressful situations, like, we soak up that energy and the stress hormones and all of those things. So it might have had something to do with that, if there was stress during the pregnancy when your mother was pregnant with you. Also, but yeah, I do feel like this has something to do with either your child, it was in the subconscious is when you were a child, maybe before or after you were born, but yeah, or a child. Like, this has something to do with a child that's coming up. I'm gonna do, okay, one more clarification. Something that you've thought about a lot and you've healed from a lot, but I feel like there's still a bit of healing to do, but you can get stressed about it sometimes. Yeah, this is so interesting. I feel like you think that things were better in the past. You might have some sort of an idea that things were better in the past. That's how you remembered things, but I don't know if you're so certain anymore. It could be like, I had a great childhood, and then as you're beginning to like think logically, and rationally, you might be kind of surprising yourself that things didn't really go the way that you thought, and maybe the way that you thought was an adaptation to deal with the difficulties that you potentially had to face. I feel like everything is coming up to the surface now, right? Everything is going to come up to be judged. And the more that you resist, the more that it will persist. It's happening. Yeah, and I feel like you're going to continue to try and ignore how disappointed you were in the past. And it might be why you're feeling disappointment potentially in present day relationships in your life. Okay, I just want to do a few more clarifying cards because this is a pretty intense read. Okay, so let's just get 2 more clarifiers. Okay, so what you need to know is that there were things that happened in the past that were, like, you were gaslit a lot. I feel like you may have had, like, a parent or a primary caregiver potentially that was narcissistic, or at least had some narcissistic tendencies, and they made it very confusing for you emotionally and what to believe. But that's all coming to an end now. Like, the reason why there's difficulty in your life right now is because things are coming up that have needed to come up. It's manifesting in a way so that you can deal with it. It's going to be a bit tricky, but the universe will be generous with you. You will ultimately be successful, even though this is difficult. Like, look, this is the outcome. One last battle, but that's clarified by success. You will succeed, okay? You got this. You got this. And you can start thinking, reorienting your life in the direction that you want to go in the future. And that's brilliant. So you'll get through this. You're a tough one. All right, let's get some advice cards for Gemini for the situation. All right, cool. The first advice card, we have got the star. So you can make a wish as big as you want. Wish upon a star, maybe go out and see some shooting stars if you can. Yeah, and make a wish, because that wish will be heard. That desire will be heard. And also be the change that you wish to see in the world. When everything around you is dark, that will only allow your light to shine brighter. The second advice card is the King of Cups. This can sometimes represent like a male who is deceitful. Maybe you have kind of situationships or difficulties with that. But ultimately, as an advice card, the King of Cups has a very good balance of his head and his heart. And he's able to make very, compassionate decisions, and really feel like he is the master empath, but without losing his own energy. So it's okay to feel other people's emotions, but don't lose yourself. You need to be able to be the master of your own emotions. All right, the third advice card, we have got the Ace of Cups. So again, this can sometimes represent conception. It can be the start or an inspirational feeling to move you in a new direction. Do you hear her? I'll give you attention in a second, baby. And it can be also a successful conception. It can represent like when you were conceived or a conception in your life. The fourth advice card, we have got the Knight of Pentacles. So just like make sure that all of your physical needs are being met, and just have like a daily schedule, a routine. Take care of yourself. Be careful with money. Like, I know that you're feeling like, I'm not, and we want to be able to move through that, but you still just be smart with money. If you'd like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. That is all in the description below. You can also follow me on social media. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed and hit the notification bell, because I do monthly and mid-monthly videos. And if you're still here, ooh, secret bonus card. If there's any drama in your life, just walk away. Honestly, you're not going to be able to please everyone, so stop trying. If there's drama, walk away, disengage. Bye-bye. Have a good month. Bye.